Hey guys, welcome to Panthers Forecast. We passed the test. Got the win. That was a great game. Defense played really great. That Mike Jackson interception taken back for to the house, and then also Derek Brown having the deflection, and Nick Scott capitalizing on the deflection and getting that interception and stopping that drive. This was a really good game. I didn't get to see the Jalen Coker 33-yard touchdown on that 4th and 3, but I saw the T Mac, and that one was really good. We had good pocket protection. I mean, this game was overall good. I'm going to go ahead and say this is probably Dave Canales' best called game that he has had. I like the way he utilized Chuba. I like the way he utilized Rico Daddle, as well as getting our tight ends in there, and then having Jalen Coker was also big today, and then he also made that the big catch for the touchdown, but then also the big catch in the fourth down. One in the fourth quarter to for us to run down the clock and nil it out and get the win over the Rams. But we passed the test. We have a bye coming up, and we're gonna get healed up, and then we're gonna have some of our players returning back. Uh, you know we're we're right there. Right now, I'm looking at the Buccaneers game against the Cardinals, and we're down. The Cardinals are only down by like 3 points in the fourth quarter. So hopefully, if the Cardinals can come back and get this win, we'll be number one in the division. And this just goes back to what I said in the beginning. You can watch some of my older videos where I said that our play is to probably make it in the divisional way. But I mean, the way we're playing right now, and if we can keep it up after this bye, going up against Seattle and then the Saints and Tampa twice, then we should be in a good position to either. We'll have three scenarios. Obviously the one we don't want is that we'll miss the playoff, and the other scenario is that we can make it in as a wild card, which is still possible, or we're gonna have to make it in by winning in our division. So I think our winning the division is our best goal right now. But I mean, Avero, great game. Defense was, earlier in the game when we had some issues with the run, but I mean, when you're missing, like Christian Roseboom, or you're missing, JC, and then, you're also missing some other defensive players, the Rams were able to run on us. It's happened, but they do have crafty backs, and we were having issues with containing, Bijan and then also Christian McCaffrey. So that's kind of expected. And then also Puka Nakua had a crazy catch. That catch where he goes like that over Mike Jackson is just crazy. I mean, for a moment, I thought like Mike Jack was doing, he was doing good. And I thought, it was going to get deflected. But Puka Nakua, man, that's a crazy catch. But still, on Mike Jackson, I mean, that pick six was huge. That was a huge play to get us in there. And Bryce Young, he looked really good. He looked really good. I mean, I didn't really see too many bad plays. I'm trying to think of a bad throw that he might have had. I guess you can say that one to Tommy Tremble. There were moments where we were up by three, and we were going to probably put this potentially to a two-score game, and we fell short. I know he had a sack. I can't remember the score, but like it was heading, I think, into like the third. We were driving down. We got the ball back, and we were up by three, and we could have put it. And I think actually we didn't get it, but the Rams went down and scored. That was probably still the same drive where Puka Nacua had that big catch, and those were like two small moments where I thought we have to capitalize on that. Because this is a really good team in the Rams and a Super Bowl contender, so we got to get better at capitalizing on those moments where we can't always have these like one scores. We got to start like trying to build a lead. But right now we got the win. We beat a Super Bowl contending team. This is really good. I mean, we played the Packers. We went to Lambeau and beat them. The Rams came here. We were able to hold our own and defeat them and get in a shootout somewhat with these guys. And, with the 49ers, we had miscues. we were in that game. I watched that game for as much as I could because of I was flying on the plane and I missed the first two quarters and the Wi-Fi was pretty bad on that plane. But when I watched the third and the fourth, we looked pretty good. And then when I saw the first quarter highlights, I saw that Bryce threw a interception where he could have possibly ran in, and that's still you give us those 6 points, and that's like, we had nine, you had like another seven to that, that's 16 to 20. We were still in there, and we had other moments. Bryce had some interceptions in that game. So that so far, we're 2 out of 3 of us. Well, actually, we're 2 for 2. I forgot the Buffalo Bills, but Bryce wasn't playing that game, and Andy Dalton had quick turnovers. But I mean, even in the game against Buffalo, I thought we played pretty well until the game got out of our way. The defense had a great job of going up against what's his name, Josh Allen. But right now, I'm looking at the game right now. So yeah, the Arizona Cardinals are driving on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So hopefully, in this minute, they can either get a field goal or a touchdown. And if they get the touchdown, we will be in league in this. We'll be in first place in this division, which is great. I think that's been a while. If I'm thinking off of the top of my head, we may have been. Wait a minute, was that a fourth down? Crud, I think. Yes, 4th and 2. So on this game, but back to this, I just thought it was a great game. It was a great game. Defense played well. Bryce played well. This is good. So we're gonna have to buy, and then getting ready for Seattle. Uh, I think Seattle's gonna have more, firepower with I think they won Ohio State receiver, but hopefully J.C. Horn should be back, and then we can get back on the healthier side of things. But I mean, this was just great play calling from Dave Canales, and then also a great defensive performance from our team, led by Avero, and then Derek Brown. I mean, Derek Brown, he changed this game for us with that deflection, and then also with that strip sack with leading to, I forgot his name, who picked it up, but was able to run it down. Oh, one of them got the picked up the fumble and read it. No. Damn it, did they get the first down? I don't think nah, they didn't. They didn't. So the Cardinals did not get they had a 4th and 2, and they weren't able to get it complete. So Tampa Bay has the win. Let me look real quick. I'm gonna check on my computer to see who is scheduled for next week and see who Tampa. We have a bye. Hopefully Tampa doesn't have a bye, but maybe in our bye we can probably get the division lead. Maybe if Tampa takes a loss. Let's see, the Buccaneers. Who do they play? Who do they play? Jesus Christ, they play the Saints. Oh man, and yeah, they waxed the Saints too. Damn. Is this it? So this was, they waxed the Saints in New Orleans. Christ. Yeah, that's going to be tough because I'm looking at the Buccaneers last game. So they just beat the Cardinals. They have the Saints, they have the Falcons, and then they got us twice. But then they have the Dolphins. Now the Dolphins, what's his name? Mike McDaniel's is he's coaching for his job. So you know what I'm saying? Like, so they got 3 tough teams, and then that one's in Miami. So the Dolphins, Mike Daniels is trying not to get fired, and he's coaching to save his job. So the Falcons, let's see, they played the Falcons earlier this year, and I know that one was pretty close. The Falcons could probably beat them. The Saints, we're hoping they can catch them slipping, but that's what our NFC South division race is looking like. We just, we got a bye coming up this next week, and then we got to take care of the Seahawks and I believe the Saints. Or is it the Saints that we got next? Let me see real quick. Who do we have? Here we go. So yeah, after the bye, we have the. I don't know why I kept on saying the Seahawks. It's the Saints. We're at the Saints, and then we will have the Buccaneers after the Saints after the bye. So after the bye, we're gonna have the Saints, which is gonna be an afternoon game, and then we're gonna in New Orleans. Then we're gonna have the Buccaneers. Then we're gonna have Seattle. Then we're gonna end the season in Tampa Bay, and that game might decide, two things. Well, really three. Either we're gonna miss the playoffs. We should know probably by that time if we're gonna make it or not. Hopefully, we don't lose. We can't afford to lose like two games because that would really set us back. But it's gonna tell us either we're gonna we can still make a wild card shot into the playoffs, or we're going to win the division by beating the Buccaneers. So we'll see how that plays out. But I mean, man, that was a great game, and we passed the test. So that's really that's really good, and we can hold our heads up on this one. But like I said, I just want to say Dave Canales' best game play calling. This is without a doubt his best game play calling. And Avero did his thing on the defense. The defensive players for all the starters that we had out in this game did their things. Everybody stepped up. This is a great overall team win. And, I mean, I'll even say that, regardless if we, unfortunately missed the playoffs by like a game or two, that could still happen. But this, you, you really can't be even mad at this. I mean, we're almost there. And like I said, and I'll say this on my previous videos, this next year's draft is going to be important, and this all season, if we pick up the right pieces, and it's not that much, we can be like a 12 or 13 win team. I actually think next year we could possibly win maybe 12 or 13 games. And I think that's a real possibility next year. So great win. Everything. This was a really great game. I used to think that the Green Bay Packers game against the Panthers was when Bryce was tearing it up, and we eventually lost that game. But then we had the two Atlanta games, and although Bryce played really well and we looked good, the one last year and then the one not too long ago, probably like 2 weeks ago, that may have been 2 weeks ago against the Falcons. People were saying, "Oh, Bryce." This right here, this is the game. This is the game where Bryce was just great. This is the one. This is the one. And against a great Super Bowl contending team. So to end it off here, great win. Dave Canales' best game play calling. I kid you not, his best game, and we need more games like this. And hopefully he keeps this formula throughout the end of this season, and he keeps it for next season. And we need to bring Rico Dowdle back. Avero did his thing. The defense did their thing. Overall, a great game for our team. And we're going to go into this bye, hopefully heal up, and then we got to hit it hard. These next 4 games, the Saints, they're a feisty team. They ain't nothing to scoff at. I know their record doesn't, seem like it. And then we got the Bucks twice, and we got Seattle. So yeah, we're gonna have to hit it hard. We're gonna have to stand together, and I think we'll make it. We'll be right there. We'll be right there in the hunt for that playoff spot, and then hopefully we can get that division crowned and stop the Bucks from winning it 5th year in a row. But yeah, man, that was a great win. But yeah, this is the it for Panthers forecast. I might do a mock draft later on this week, late into the week, since we're not going to have a game that's coming up next week. I'm probably going to do a mock draft. I'm going to try to experiment, and then I'm going to try to get better with this YouTube setup. I was thinking about getting like a webcam to help improve the quality of the videos, but I might have to do that once the season's over, start researching and getting better at this. But yeah, that's the end of Panthers forecast. I'll see you guys later, and then expect the mock draft. Just me going analyzing a mock draft of what we probably need to do during this bye week. But it was a great win, and we passed the test. That was a hell of a game, man. Y'all take care. Bye.